Hello and welcome to a video where we're talking about how you actually go about getting your level 90/89, surprisingly actually this time round, relic gear, which is the artifact armors and stuff like that. We'll be having a look at them, showcasing each one individually. But yeah, hi, this is just a generic sort of thing which introduces each video. This is the NPC which you will unlock when you're going through the story. This lovely, luscious lady right here. I'm on my crafter right now, as we see here. Rasurader, probably completely butchered her name, which may very well be the resolute citizen that you notice as well going through the story. Now, she has each and every single one available on her at the time. Tank, physical DPS, magical range DPS, and healer. So you can have a look through those on your own time if you wish. But there's nothing quite like actually having them on yourself as well. Oh, people are starting to actually spawn in. I had a very nice situation where no one was actually here, so it was quite a good, helpful time to do so and have a look at her. But anyway, yeah, once you get your respective jobs to 89, come to her and bada bing, bada boom, there you go. She'll have the gear ready there, willing and ready for you. You will not be able to unlock her until you've gone through to a certain MSQ point, so you need to get to the point where you actually do unlock her, and she will appear here. Which, if we just have a look on the map, whereabouts she is located, like right here in the Archon's design near the Agora. So she is at, she's basically where the empty spot is. And all the gear is dyeable immediately, but I will reiterate, you need to do the role quests to get them to be dyeable. That's why I say they are technically dyeable immediately. They are locked straight away, so you won't need to do anything like Memoria Mazzaria or the grind that is Eureka to actually make them dyeable, as long as you do your respective role quests, which you unlock at level 85, join the MSQ, and B85 obviously, and do the story all the way to 90. You will unlock for every single role within that role quest the armor. Hey, let's get on with the show, where we will be having a looking at the different pieces of armors that so far I have actually unlocked. There's a lovely golden elephant. Good day, hello there, and welcome to another video. We're having a look at the Paladin artifact armor for Endwalker, which you get at 89. It is the final tank armor that I have gotten to 90 so far, and I will admit that unfortunately Paladin is not my most favorite job, and it's one of the ones I haven't played at 90. I do know that Paladin is better, but that is for another video I will do another time when I maybe think about doing that sort of stuff. As we can see here though, we have the lovely Nanamo riding upon the shoulder. As I am a Paladin, it makes sense, as we are the Sultana's Paladins indeed. So yeah, just looking at it here, you can obviously see the sword and the shield, which are part of the set, which have lovely wing motifs going for them as well. And we're on the moon, which is suitable because it is the token poster boy for Endwalker indeed. The only thing that I am actually very disappointed with is that we didn't get the hood, and instead we got this circlet instead. But you know what? The circlet is still nice, although it does look rather dangerous. If this was any closer, your poor nosy is in for trouble. In good news though, for those who are Vieras and Hrothgars, this is a set that will work for you, because it is a circlet, not an actual helmet or a hat. It'll actually fit. At least it should do. I haven't seen it, but by all means, yes. It's surprisingly also one of the more detailed armor sets as well. Now, as I've never been a big fan of the Paladin sets all the way through. It's just not a job I enjoy in terms of, even though I love tanking. But this one is pretty delicious indeed. In fact, if you even just look at the cloak here, it's got a lovely double griffin with two swords crossed over it, just like the moves that get changed later on, which are the increase whatever it is. Yeah, you've seen the flashy swords, you've seen it. It's all right, you've seen it. Got little ribbons on here as well, which I actually quite like the fact that it's like this. It's very pretty. It's a very lovely white cloak as well, but you know, no capes. If you've ever seen the Incredibles, no capes. Capes are dangerous. But in this capacity, capes are awesome. And once again, this armor set is unisex, as you can see here, apart from obviously the boomer. It's a nice, simple, sort of plated set indeed. I just noticed this little thing sticking out, which is a little weird. I don't know why that's sticking out like that. Now I can't unsee it. But whatever. Got some stars on here, which to me would represent the night sky, because moon, but whatever. Some lovely belts. And then just some standard sort of greaves with like little gold motifs and stuff like that too. And oh, some lovely spurs on the back as well, which I actually only just noticed. Why does the Paladin set have spurs? Oh, sometimes you just gotta be a space cowboy, you know? I wonder if that's kind of the reference, maybe. I know that's a thing from anime. Whatever. Anyway, let's have a look at this. And of course, what is it called? It is called the Reverence Set. And of course, you've got Lightbringer, which is the sword, which is a great, fantastic name for it, considering what you do, and the hero's shield. They're really knocking it on the head here, aren't they? Like, yes, you must. What does this look like when it's actually dyed? I don't know. So when you dye it, oh, it dyes the coat as well. Very nice. Anyway, let's just look what it looks like normally so you can see what it's like when it does it. So we dye black and it does the cloak. It does, obviously, it changes that a little bit too. Changes the belt. So anything you'd assume that can be dyed will be dyed. So yeah, those sort of things will happen. The metal kind of comes off scot-free to a degree. You don't really notice it. That's not too bad. Dyeing it white is pretty much pointless because it looks pretty much the same. There's no point. Don't use a pure white dye in this. You will just be wasting your time. A pure, like a gunmetal black dye or a black dye, as much as I would like to say, oh, they're my favorite types of dyes, it really ruins the bit on the back, so I don't know if I'd recommend that. But hey, you know, for those metallic brass dye fans out there, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good indeed. Let me just hide that weapon as well so you can see a little bit better. Actually, makes it look quite nice, the griffins too. Surprisingly so, actually. I would have like hoped that they dyed these as well, but they're not part of the set, so that's kind of okay. Oh, actually, it doesn't dye the belts. All it really does dye then is the cloak. Okay, interesting. Well, let's have a look. Does the coronet dye it all? And if it does, in what way? So it's just the band itself that dies. Okay, that's interesting. So the actual metal bits get untouched, the kunai, whatever they call them, but the little pink stuff, that stuff does indeed. It's just going across the head. The gauntlets. Oh, so it doesn't cover the whole thing, so it doesn't dye that much. Shame. It'll dye it'll dye these little patterns here, as well as also a few more bits and bobs as we go. Let's just go for a nice lime green so you can sort of see, or even just the pastel pink dye. It'll dye the inner as well. Yeah, it dyes the inner cloth bits here, like, you know, if you've ever seen an armored gauntlet in real life, that will go in there, where you've got to have the nice comfortableness, but it doesn't touch the outside. That's all right by my hands. That's okay. And then when it comes to the actual legs, it does the whole thing pretty much, except for the bits that are metallic, obviously. Like you say, this bit here and these bits around. Like, oh, that's a really nice sort of belt it's got going around there. Haven't seen that before, actually. Very pretty indeed. Can you see the... You can't even see any of this detail if you've got this on. That's attention to detail. I mean, if you make it white, you can see things easier. You can't see this easier, but... you can see the sort of design and the stuff they've done a lot better, and the stitching and everything too. It's very pretty. Oh, there's like a nice little feather at the bottom too. That's adorable. I wonder if this was basically from the scales of Hrothgar, which wouldn't be surprising because of the feathers. And then the reference, you know, booties, which all it does is dye the, obviously once again, the cloth bits, unfortunately, with the little bits at the bottom here. It's okay, but what about the weapons? Oh, weapons indeed. So like, this is what it looks like normally. What does it look like when it's pink? So it dyes the entire blade. The pommel doesn't do the actual handle itself, but it does this bit too, or the bit at the back, and then that bit there. That's not bad. That's not bad in terms of that, but I don't like it when it does that sort of thing. I want us to be able to choose what we can and can't do. And it does the same for the shield, which just feels like, okay, I'm going to grab this thing and just dunk it into a bucket of goo. There we are, and just leave it in there for 2 days until it dies. Like, you will die, you bugger. And the only things I don't are like these little brass things here, which, alright, that's kind of alright. I can live with that. But yeah, that's the Reverence set for Paladin, and I hope you guys are still enjoying Endwalker. I assume at this point, most people are finished. Maybe you've done some Savage raiding, which I haven't even touched myself. But thank you very much for watching, and you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again for another artifact set. At this point in time recording, I am 12 out of 19 to 90, so there we go. Which we'll get some more videos down the line as well, where we'll be looking at relics, how certain things maybe like work at 90, like the different skills, what they do, etc, etc, etc. I'm no expert when it comes to things, but you know what? I can at least give my 2 cents on what I think is funky and fun, and sort of like my own little tips for the casual player. Like, I am definitely a casual scrub myself, and by no means do I think that, like, for example, Ninja I think is fine. Well, as it is right now, it's kind of like quite good fun, same as Dark, but I wouldn't really say like maybe it's not for the Savage Raider or something, or the Ultimate Raider. But ta-ta for now. You guys take care of yourselves. I'll see you again for another one. We've got quite a few to go yet. Quite a few to go. Bye.